Hello everyone again. This is Lemon Tarot. Welcome back and thank you so much for your time, energy and patience as I'm slowly unraveling the massive nonsense that has become my life. I've had to deal with several critical challenges, basically dealing with a move as well as search for new employment. And now things are slowly getting themselves back on track. We can go ahead and come back into the readings. So thanks so much for your time. It has been a long time and I do apologize for the long sabbatical. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and kick this right off. We're doing the general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of April 2024. So if you'd like a personal reading, please feel free to reach out and I'll go ahead and get you sorted with that at the information in the description box below. Additionally, please be aware of scammers. You know the drill, and you know exactly what's been going on across YouTube as these people wreak havoc on a lot of channels, not even solely linked to tarot card readers, but everyone now, anyone that's monetized their channel is now suffering this attack from scammers all over the internet. That said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go straight into the reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of April 2024. Let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. We'll get started. Okay. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of April 2024. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of April 2024. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of April 2024. Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for April 2024. All right, one more. All right, so gonna go ahead. Short Celtic cross, nothing more, nothing less. It's current energy. It's in the recent past. No, challenge energy. Six of Pentacles wants to be a superstar at the moment. It is coming out in so many readings. Recent past. Same with this. In the future. Got the core. Clarify the core. What's at the crown? This Lover's card is coming out all the time. Clarify the Lovers. I think we just got this for like Leo, if I'm not mistaken, or Aries, one of them. What's the overall outcome? Overall outcome. Too many. Way too many. Okay, overall outcome, clarify the Ace of Cups reversed. It's the Page of Cups again. What is the signifier for this reading? Oof. Okay. So that, and this card is also part of the entourage of cards that wants to go through the whole procession of readings of the zodiac. So we have a reoccurring thing that seems to be taking place across the whole zodiac. As we have completed the solar eclipse in Aries, we are now realizing that our identity, which is Aries, is going to be a prominent factor in a lot of the tarot readings for these, moving on for the month of April. We're moving from that period where winter is finally wrapping itself up, and we're moving slowly into spring, which is going to take place on April 21st, the spring equinox, which also signals the beginning of Taurus. And for all you bull gang, you moo crew, this is for you. But for now, we're going to do this for Sagittarius. So again, this is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. We're looking at the current energies between the two of these. We keep getting this Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is a person who no longer wants to... Well, this is a person actually who wants to make forward action, but I think that they're not able to move forward, or they're doing things in kind of a shipshod way. Sometimes Sagittarius can be famous for not doing the things in the right order that needs to get done because they just kind of want to do it anyway. However, in this, I feel like you're feeling blocked, and you feel that it's a little bit more difficult for you to make forward movement and progress, which is anathema to a Sagittarius, who they set their mark. They're the archers of the zodiac. They want to make things happen. They want to make them happen yesterday, not today. But unfortunately, it seems like nothing is coming through that would allow them to accomplish this goal. Related to this, the signifier, again, it appears that it is a clear decision. I don't know why I keep getting the words seek counsel or advice, but it's just like you kind of feel like you're at a dead end, and you're trying to understand exactly the best way to move forward with the stagnation in your life. This has been affecting many people, and hopefully this Aries solar eclipse will allow people to get through this, because I think that many people have been experiencing stuck energy, that lull, that kind of slow death and decay that takes place in wintertime, right before the first blades of grass push through the dead earth and spring begins to start again. And I think that's where a lot of people are at at this particular point. So if you've been waiting for something to come in, I think you clearly understand that it is time to start working with others so that you can move on. And with this particular thing, this insinuates to me someone who needs to seek legal counsel, advice, counseling, anything that's going to help them move forward to solve the problem that they're dealing with right now. Because in the recent past, we had the Two of Wands reverse. And with the Two of Wands reverse, we see that this is related to... Can you clarify that? Oh, wow. Okay, so that was the Tower moment. You may have abruptly or quickly decided to end something, to just bring the entire house down. And I think it was a long time coming, because now, you have two cards. You have the Seven of Cups reverse, and you have the Two of Wands reverse, which indicates clearly you're not having it. You're not going to allow yourself to be stuck in indecisiveness. And you're going to make sure that what happens needs to happen so that you can move on and move forward. What does Sagittarius need to move on from? What does Sagittarius need to move on from? Well, clarify. All right. So you were moving on from a situation where you felt like you had either no control or that you were being controlled way too much. And this could be a particular boss or maybe even a partner, spouse. This, because the Emperor can sometimes be a husband. But either if it's boss or a husband, this person has made you feel trapped and hopeless and has made the healing process very, very difficult for you. And I don't know why, but I see this star where they're gathering the two water jugs and they're trying to use that energy to heal, to pour the water into the earth and to be vulnerable. I think you just feel like someone has been holding you back from your healing and your happiness. You just want a reason to celebrate. And this Emperor has been blocking that progress. So if you know someone who is an Aries, for example, maybe even a Capricorn, I don't know why I keep thinking Capricorn in this, but I would say definitely an Aries boss with Aries in somewhere in their sun, moon, ascendant. They were the one that was standing in the way of your progress towards a key celebration or a pivotal moment in your life. And now you realize that it's time for you to walk away in order for you to find a reason to celebrate. That journey is going to be difficult, but of course you can do it. Of course, you're the Sagittarius. There is no challenge too small for you, or too large, rather. Now, moving into the near future, you have the Queen of Cups. A lot of people have just been wanting to detach emotionally because I see this happening to you with the Lovers reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse. And I do believe that Aries had the same reading. So if you got Aries in your chart, have a look at that. Queen of Cups. Yeah, there we go. You're fed up. You're detaching emotionally. You're withdrawing completely from the situation and you're manifesting a new path. Now I can see a person here in the past. Whatever it is that this controlling person did, they have set you off in a way that has made you unequivocally decide to move forward with your life and to push everything else behind. Whatever you have built as a steady, solid foundation with this person, whether it was a job situation or a relationship situation, you have decided it was not worth it. And the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. Hopefully not, no pun taken, or no pun intended. With this, when you have a tower, basically the tower destroys and it hits the crown. The crown is also, related to the ego. Yet, when we look at it, we also see that the Emperor also has the crown on their head. So you see the crown in the Emperor, and it's the same crown that's being struck down in the tower. So I feel like this reading here insinuates that in order for you to move forward, you had to let this person know who's boss, and you had to let them know that they could not continue to uproot the life that you were trying to build and to create. Because now you're tearing all of that down. Sagittarians have no problem with starting fires. They are a fire sign, of course, and they are a sign of wandering. I always imagine the Joker from Batman, the Batman DC, universe, was a Sagittarius. He was a fun-loving, outgoing person, always had the best intentions. When you piss a Sagittarius off to the point where they crack, they're willing to do some very, very evil shit. And they can tear down something with ease and crack a smile while doing it. The worst person you want to piss off, I would say, is a Taurus and a Sagittarius. Because if you have any of those two in your chart, you will basically smile as that whole house is burning down. And I keep thinking of that little meme where the girl is smiling and she's looking at the burning house in the background, and she just looks like this gnarly, sinister type of little girl. But hopefully she's matured a lot since then, and Arson, being an arsonist is not necessarily the way to go in life. Now, if there's anyone here that's a Pussifer fan, this is a band from the same creator as the band Tool and The Perfect Circle. There's a song called The Arsonist. And you have the first opening. Fire, fire, your house is on fire. I think I'm singing the words the right way. I'm not really sure. Your words resemble arson, your words resemble arson or something like that. I think that whatever you said to this person or whatever you did was kind of like a major wake-up call for this person that was in power, and it knocked them off their throne. For you, it was important for you to let them know that you were okay with burning the house down. And now I'm hearing Talking Heads burning down the house in my head for some reason. But I promise you, I don't enjoy arson, nor would I ever participate in it. But looking at that, you don't really care. You're just like, I'm leaving this, and I'm going to start anew. I'm going to take what I've got left, and I'm going to unravel my little rucksack, and I'm going to go ahead and create my abundance with all the plentiful flowers and everything around here. These are the same flowers that are similar to the ones that are found in the Empress card. Now we look further into this, and we see that at the core of all of this, you knew deep down in your heart that you were not. You felt invariably tied financially to this situation. The High Priestess is a person who is able to peer within the veil, and they're able to get those downloads and follow their intuition so that they know exactly the right path to take in their life. And for this, what it revealed to you is this Nine of Pentacles reverse. If this was a marriage or a relationship, potentially you felt that this relationship left you very codependent, as if your finances were always about what you needed to do in the relationship or about the person that you were working with. If you were working at a job, you knew maybe it wasn't paying enough, or that you didn't know your true value by working with this company. And this in turn was kind of like your period of illumination. For you, it was important for you to not be tied to this particular place anymore, and you were willing to actually tear everything down and tear it apart, so that way you could put this back in the upright and be more financially or even independent in the way you see yourself and your personal value. Because the worst thing that you can do is to stay in a situation where it feels like you're constantly self-deprecating or self-effacing all the time. And you realize that this other person, being the Emperor reverse, is not doing that. So it's an unequal relationship, which is the challenge here to begin with. You've stopped speaking to this person. You've stopped moving towards this person, and you've stopped engaging with this person because you realize that you were not being given what it was that you felt that you deserved. And so, thankfully, the Sagittarius, being the wise person, sage, as they say, they realize that. And so this brings us to our outcome. You have decided, and we're getting similar cards that we got in Leo. No, may have been Aries as well. If you have Aries, please let me know in the comments below. But we have as the outcome, we have the Ace of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups. So for you, the Ace of Cups, I see you either A, disengaging from this and actually just kind of saying, no thanks, next, or thank you, next, like in the Ariana Grande song or album. I don't really listen to her, but I mean, that's what's popping into my head. However, I see you actually pouring this back into yourself and actually working on filling your own cup. Because I kind of see the Ace of Cups reverse as, if it relates to an individual person, it allows them to finally drink from that cup that's overflowing. So it's pouring it towards your mouth and going glub glub. This is my real value. This is my true happiness. And finally, feeling all afresh and anew. This Page of Cups being a way of communicating, but maybe it's communication with yourself. And maybe it's a way that you actually tell yourself, you know what, I think I'm worth a bit more than this. Because these two cards came out for Aries in the beginning, and that was what they were moving towards. It was the Lover's Reverse and the Knight of Cups, the exact same way. So unless I shuffle these cards in a really terrible way, I think that this message is coming out again for you fire signs, where it's like, you know that you have disengaged from something and you want to put that energy back into something where it's worth the time and the effort. So with the Lovers, if you know that you're not on the same page with someone, or someone is not your equal, you have to cut them out. And that's the detachment, the disengagement from the Lover's Reverse. Moving away from the situation with the Knight of Cups into the mountains you see in the background, which are the new challenge and the new life path that you've set for yourself. And with all these major arcana here, you have the High Priestess, you have the Lover's Reverse, you have the Magician, you have the Tower, and you have the Emperor and the Star. So these are cards that insinuate a person needing to realize the writing on the wall, as Nebuchadnezzar did, or at least Daniel, if I'm not mistaken, in the Bible did. And he was able to realize that the days of this particular empire were numbered. And it was clear and evident to them. I guess it's clear and evident to you that you have seen that, the writings on the wall, and it's time for you to move forward. Like the Sagittarius does. They never sit still, and they never stay in one place too long if they know that their time is up in that one place. And moving forward. You're getting out of that job. You're getting out of that relationship. You're moving to something a bit more fulfilling. And for you, what is that new thing that's going to be more fulfilling? Let's ask. What is Sagittarius moving towards? Okay. What is Sagittarius moving towards? Clarify. Okay. So, for you, you're moving away from financial lack. This Aries character, this Emperor Reverse, was the one taking you away from two things. Number one, your financial advancement, and number two, your sense of self-worth. You're coming out of the cold with this card, the Five of Pentacles Reverse. And you're no longer engaging in a situation where people just refuse to see your value and the things that you bring to the table. Well, when you say, what do I bring to the table? It's usually something pentacle related. Sure, it can be a cup, sure, it can be a wand, a sword, but normally it's the pentacles. Now, this Ace of Pentacles Reverse is maybe an opportunity that you thought was going to come but never did. And you looked at this person and you felt that, I've been waiting for so long. I've given up hope. And it's time for me to find my celebration elsewhere, my happiness elsewhere. So it's time for me to reclaim this, get my sense of self-worth back upright. And this is only an opportunity that you can grasp by walking away. I think that's one of the main things here. Now I'll pull two cards of advice, or one or two cards of advice, and then we'll move from there. To wrap things up. Advice. Advice. Death comes for us all, as it has come for Leo, and it has come for Aries. We seem to be moving through a period of death. That's wintertime. But as we see in the background, we see the sun rising again between the two towers. And for you specifically, you're dealing with what all the other signs seem to be receiving at the moment, but yours seems to be a bit more fruitful. Now, you walking away from the situation causes it to die because you're the primary source, like the Ace of Cups, pouring that energy into the whole situation, allowing that business to run because of the efforts that you have done or that you have, offered to it, or particularly a relationship that would die if you were to step away from it because, the other person was not, contributing to it the way they needed to. So as I was saying with the others, is that when you give too much, you only attract things that take too much. When you don't give enough, then other people just leave and they don't take. There needs to be an equal balance. There needs to be an equilibrium to the types of relationships that we hold or that we form with people. So that way we're not in a situation where we're stuck giving to something that never comes to fruition, or where there's an imbalance in the power dynamic. And this balance is now being wrought again with the Four of Wands. That is your card, Sagittarius. So when you allow the situation to die, you will then be able to step in the portal, and by the end of April, you will be able to bear the fruits of your labor. As noted at the top here, the fruits of your labor, all the way at the top. Grapes, pomegranates, and all that good juicy stuff that people love to eat. And I think that you'll have a good time. You will have something to celebrate. The Three of Cups is very similar to the Four of Wands in the sense that it indicates a kind of coming of age, a rite of passage, or a reason to celebrate. And I guess you did find that reason to celebrate with the advice that's being given here. It's time for you to realize that your worth is within you. And furthermore, you've never sacrificed that to anyone else. Thanks so much for joining again. This is Aluminum Tarot. If you'd like to continue following this, please give a like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ding the notification bell. If you would also like a personal reading, please reach out at the information in the comments section below. And I do really, really, really thank you so much for the month of support that you guys gave before, essentially shit hit the fan and I needed to move and get my life back sorted out. But we're going to keep them coming. I'm going to hold myself to the fire and make sure this gets done. We will proceed with the air signs tomorrow. Thank you so much again, and love and light.